Well, hello, once again. I haven't been doing very much, hence the absence from the channel, but I've decided to film a little bit now because I was going to leave it till the very end and do a big reveal. But now there's probably a bit more to do than perhaps I anticipated. There's been a few developments. I'm starting back on the decking, which I'll show in a minute, but I don't know if you remember the end of March. It was very windy, and I heard that tune sort of. I thought that sounds like the Wizard of Oz. Look at that. Yeah. Rest of my tent somewhere in Kansas. So anyway, I got rid of most of the stuff that was being protected by this bit of shed, this bit of tent, but anyway, that's gone. So let's go inside and have a look. Alright, here we are inside. You'll have to excuse the fact I'm still working, so it's still very much a building site. But as you can grasp, a little whiz round, it's starting to look a little bit finished. Use your imagination, use your imagination. Got lights that just come on when you start messing in the bar. You can see what you're doing. The door, sorry to whiz you round and round, doing a Richie. Yeah, the door's there to go on there. Get your priorities right. TV's on the wall, heaters on the wall. Oh yeah, well, let's have a look at the bar itself. Little work unit, and in a true building site, any flat surface is fair game. So yeah, that is there is a worktop under there somewhere. Let's have another little look outside. Yeah, I started framing. You know, all these joist hangers are all ready to go. There's one there. Yeah, so there's loads of those inside. They're all going in there in a bit. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, which I tried to describe earlier in the last video, but describing and showing is two different things, I guess. So we've got that step, another step, and we're up onto the top. What I've got for the edges, you see that profile there? So that's the round nosing like on your stairs. So that's what's going on there. So just a quick. What you need to do, you've obviously going to have an upstand as well of you know, sort of risers. So I wouldn't know the word for it. It's going to be this stuff, but it's just going to be a riser. So we need to come out, obviously, to overshoot the riser and still have a little bit of the nosing as a nosing. So the kind of thing you do, it's really heavy for one hand. Get your overhang, including your riser thickness. So we're coming forward, in this case it's about 40mm from the actual timber. So if you put this fairly square, you've then got, you can draw your line there, do the same thing here, overlap again, put your next piece on, draw your line, got a little intersection there, that is where you're going to draw your 45 and then transpose that onto that, cut your 45, put that one on, put that one on, and off we go. The way this is going to be is the nosing sort of 45 frame is going to go that way, obviously, and these are all going to go, these treads are all going to go that way. So it'll be off on there, the nosing board will be off on there. Same with that one. This is going lengthways, so with all the framework going that way, it's all well supported. So right, we'll get on that then, see how far we get today. Right, it's the first real view without the tent being in the way, because it's all gone. Beautiful. Right, getting back into character then. Let's talk about this decking. What I've done so far. I've put the 90s on, as in the nosings all the way around. There was a brief break in last video in this one because I didn't order enough nosing. I don't know, I thought they'd come in 360s, or I'm just, I don't know, having a brain fart. Anyway, the other one turned up. So this is now, same as this. This is all on and secured down, albeit the front one briefly, as I'll explain now. So obviously you want this spaced out. Now I know these go in the slots that are down there, but obviously the same space is there, so just lay them on, get yourself spaced out. So I know what these were all these are being in now, so they're all exactly, basically that first board is exactly where it's going to be. So what I'll do now is pull these forward a bit so I can get them in. Take this nosing one off, because it'll be secured with that, you know, those T's as well, those T-clips. So I'll undo the front fastenings, pull it away, because that's the only way I'm going to do it, because obviously I can't get into the shed to pull it back to do it that way, so that's got to be first. Awkwardly, it needs to be in the right place, so I need to get this one in so I can get that one in, you know what I mean? So there you go. So that's what we're doing next. I'll do that then, and I'll get to showing you the finished product. Oh, just before I do close up, for simplicity, it's not going to look that odd. Those intermediate boards that are going to go in there and there are going to go that way. Yeah, I know it's opposite to that one, but it's just easier and more economical, and not 50 quid a board. I don't think I need to go on, do I? Right, hello again. Right, what we're going to do, I've got to fit, spinning around, the door. So what I've bought, I always seem to start with what I've bought. Cost a fortune. What I've bought is Ryobi's hinge jig. Now, it's on the floor. It's not a professional hinge jig like the really long ones you can set out the 3 hinges or your 2 hinges or whatever you choose to do. And then providing you've got a slamming strip on your door frame that you can remove, you can transfer that then to the door frame. What it is basically a 1 inch at a time job. I paid for this. This is, nobody sent it again, this is not a paid video or anything like that. It's just, I didn't want to spend upwards of sort of 150 to 350 quid for a hinge jig. But there is a couple of things you need to know. To be fair, there's a dozen or more YouTube videos on this thing which are going to explain it a damn sight better than I can. But I do agree with a few things, certainly. I don't know if it's different from country to country because I think these are essentially American. But let me just, if I turn you round, you have a look at this. I'll excuse all the rest of the crap. But what you got is this, and it simply goes on. You can see where I've marked the jig, marked the hinge there. So that goes on and gets tightened up, etc. However, if you do that, you see inside in there, that little black, there's a little rubber sticky back thing. It does say it's like removable and replaceable. It's basically removable and throwawayable because I'm going to do it now. I'm going to peel it off. 1, discard. I'll do the same with the other one, because what you get then, I've obviously discovered, is it doesn't go back far enough for your hinge. Not much, just, well, you saw it, this is the thickness of that rubber strip. So taking that off will allow the whole thing to go back that way a little bit when it's on, and that, this way around, go back further that way, and then this back face obviously will take a little bit more timber out. That's one thing. The other thing, again, which is discussed, when it comes, it also comes with, let's get some daylight. See where my fingers tapping. There's a little radius, and one for the other side is poked in the back there just to reverse and snap in the other way. So you take that out and turn it round, which, again, one-handed. If you take that out and just turn it around and pop it in the back and put it back, I don't know if you can see on camera again, but that little castellated bit is not central. Can you see that? It's further away from this edge than it is from this edge. So if you put it in that way, it's going to be different as if you put it in that way. Again, that makes a difference. That, if you put it in the way it's in to start with that sticking out, he makes this too wide. If you turn it around that way, it narrows it all up a bit, and the hinge is nice and tight. So you're going to make sure you put that in the so that gap's at its shortest. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. So yeah, that's my 2-minute Ryobi Hinge jig thing. I mean, it is great. Price wise, yeah, I mean, can't remember actually. I bought it a few months ago, but if I remember, I'm sure it was only about 30 quid, something like that. Not too expensive. I will check that, but it's not too expensive. It's certainly not, 200, 300, 400 quid or whatever they cost, the metal ones. But it's not metal. Oh, it's another thing as well. When you tighten this up finger tight, and that clamp moves forward to pinch on the door, if you keep tightening it, this will belly out because it's plastic. You only need to pinch it. It doesn't move. Just pinch it. You'll see it. Just as it starts to flex, just quit, and it'll hold. Keep doing it. It'll flex. I don't know. It's going to affect something, so there's no need. But like a lot of comments have come on other YouTube channels saying it's a shame. Most people pay a little bit more for some metal parts in it, and I tend to agree. I certainly would. But as it is, it works. What can I tell you? It's okay. So there it is in situ. So if you keep turning this will just belly out because it's essentially plastic. That's tight enough. I'm not going to pull the door backwards and forwards with that. That's gripped. I don't know if I explained any better or worse last time. I was saying that's offset. So this space here, this is now closed that gap in. If I turn that round 90 degrees, that then would be the short way, and this surface would be further away that way, which makes that gap wider, which will create a bit of slop, which will be up there. So yeah, that's where we are, and that's hopefully explain a little bit better. Well, you can see as well, you obviously worked out that's where you start, that little rebate, little escape route there. That's where you put your outer bit to start with, so you got a bit of you don't start it up on the timber, it's just a bit of clearance. So I'll put you down, lights on, let's see if we can get it going. I'm in the clearance, so make sure you're not touching anything which you might. And then I suppose you've all seen one of these, it's just the corner. So if you're using your chisel, it's just a corner chisel, you just put those flats against the corner, one in there, you hit it, corner gone. Obviously your radius, and then you've got nice and flush, nice tight corner. There we go. Okay, doors on. On off about half a dozen times, that's normal. Not too bad. It's done, it's on, it's hanging, obviously no handle yet. Yeah, it's all good. So I was going to look at the price of this. Obviously a rose coloured memory. It was, I thought it was about 25, 35, I don't know, something like that. Turned out it was 54.99. I've just looked on Amazon. You can pay a bit more, and you get a few more bits with it, like a mortise attachment and stuff. But yeah, and they come. I mean, it comes with a centre drill. Yeah, and it comes with all these are trend as well. Once I checked, these are just a trend centre drill and a trend router bit, which is a hinge router bit, which has got the bearing to go around there, as you would imagine. So yeah, anyway, 55 quid, all but a penny. But yeah, it's fine. It was a lot better than chiselling. It's a lot neater than chiselling, a lot quicker. And I mean, when you do the frame, you can either go through, just mark round your hinge. I don't know what I'm teaching. There's loads of carpentry ones who are much more adept than me. But what I do, you just either score around the edge of your mark on your frame with, going around the edge of there, just score around it with a Stanley or a sharp chisel, and then freehand your router around it, just because you can see through the side of it. Just watch what you're doing. Gently freehand around it. It goes up to the score mark, the little cut you've made with your chisel, just along the line. Comes out, leaves a nice straight line. So yeah, it's very good. I like it. Whether it's as good as the professional ones, probably not. It's done me proud. I'll clean up now. Lovely. Okay, I'll get on with it. Did you? While we're on the subject, I did finish the decking. I don't know if I did this in the last video or not. The rain may have stopped playing. I've still got to put the fronts on. I'll see myself in the sunshine. Cannot see my screen at all. It's direct light. I guess I'm pointing the camera in the right direction. So yeah, that's all. That's all done. That cladding, just awesome there, is what I'm going to do the risers with, if you like, and round the upstands around the edge. I've just got to put a frame in the bottom. I've got some more of that 4x2, which I'll just put across the bottom of the fronts, just using something to screw to, top and bottom. Work my way across the same as I did this on the left. I've got more corner, the black corner, 40mm corner or 50mm corner, whatever it is, for all the edges, so we'll smarten that up. So there you go. Look at this. Whoop. How easy was that? Okay, doors on. Aside from a bit of painting, which I love not. But yeah, so yeah, nice. These animals beautiful, are they? Oh, I think they are. Oh, I put the covers on. Okay, so yeah, but action wise,
Happy days, pretty nice. No rattle, loving it. I've got to put these on. I've got to get the handles off again to clip them on. They should just slide over. Boom. Alright, I'll snap those on in a sec. In fact, no, I'll do it in a sec because I think I need to make sure they're the right way around. Okay, that's probably it for today. I'll get the arc on. I've realised I've got to cut back a little bit. I'll go over here because this is slightly prouder than that. That is level, as in, you know, flush with that for the arc. But this is a bit wider. So it's because I'm basically using what I've got instead of buying stuff. But yeah, so I'll relieve that a little bit and get the arc. It's probably tomorrow's job. I've had enough for today. So that's nice then. Don't forget to turn the light off this time, because you can't see it. Okay, beautiful. Right, yes, we are coming to the close of the video now. As you can see, I did get the arc, I did put it on, and I did paint it. Went for a sort of a mid-grey on the door. I thought about it and I thought, why not black all the way around there. Dog's sitting in my paint. Paint, don't slop it on the floor tray. Perfectly good bed. Once the cardboard box. Part for the course. As I was talking, that, which is this. I did go for the front, as you probably saw. So, still got to put the corners on, which I'm going to do the same. I've still got some more left. Got it full of cold. The 50mm black plastic stuff. So, corner on there, there, and we're done for the decking. So let's stand back a bit, yeah, have a little look. I hope I've got it in because the sun's shining on my screen, I can't see anything. But yeah, that's I've still got to put the vents in the overhang all the way around in the soffits, and I've got to trim that rubber off, and that's outside wise, guttering, downpipe, etc. There's the water butt. I am going to put on that. Remember back in the original first video, and I said I cut the tree down. I left that stump. Well, that stump is now going to be the stand for that, so that you can get something under the tap. Obviously, I'll clear all that shite out from there when I get round to it. I'm trying to get all the nice stuff done before I start doing the crap. Maybe I can get Brandon out of bed. You can do that. So yeah, thanks for watching. The next one will definitely be a big reveal. Oh, here I am. How are you doing? The next one will be the big reveal, and I'll just have a walk around. What I think I'm going to do is go back and edit every single one of them, throw them together so it's like a start to finish. Quick time, whether I fast forward a lot of it and whatever, I don't know, but I'm gonna try and do that. But that is a massive undertaking. It's going to take longer than a Tarantino film to put that together, so we'll have a go anyway, see how it works out, and I'll catch you in the next one.